there's only 3 or 4 of us on the service side. So yeah, it's me and 3 other guys. We build these things from scratch.
Wow.
So.
That's what he was saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's incredible. Wow, man.
So I'm not sure how much you are aware of what these things do, but basically they are like a wastewater heat recovery heat pump. They're water to water. So what they're doing is we're taking that, all that heat energy that you've already paid for, heating water for your toilets and your showers and sinks and everything, and we're scavenging that and then using it to make hot water to lower your energy costs.
Yes.
And these will output like well over 140 degrees Fahrenheit, so they can be used as a primary hot water source. They're pretty simple. They're just a normal they're a normal heat pump inside. The only difference is the tank is a large evaporator.
And it's in there. Tank.
Yeah. So the tank, you can just kind of see it in through here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big double wall stainless tank.
Oh yeah.
And it's got refrigerant in the double wall section.
Yes.
So the way these things work is let's say we're starting from scratch. The lift pump will get called to turn on. It will fill up until this thing hits like 100% level, and then it will basically start a mixer pump inside. So the way we keep things kind of moving inside the tank so there's no buildup is we have an air pump just behind this cabinet, and it just kind of agitates the water and keeps it moving. And we also use that to determine level. So we have a pressure sensor on the tube that goes in to feed it. And
Similar to a normal hot water tank.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
I've
this,
installed them.
yeah. So like this dip tube though, the pressure sensor in there determines the level by air pressure, like sort of like resistance. And so once we have a 100% level in here, the lift pump turns off, and we start the circuit. And what we do is we pull this temperature in here down until we hit our set point, and then we dump it, and it goes out to drain. So it goes out on the outgoing side of the tank, like it goes past the wastewater tank, and then we refill it and start the process over again.
It goes into a drain or it goes into here?
It goes into like the wastewater when we pull the temperature
Yes.
down and we dump it goes to drain.
Okay.
So these are your hot water connections. That's your supply in return.
Okay.
So while it's pulling the temperature down, using that as the evaporator, the condenser is over here, and it is pumping out all your hot water, and it'll be filling these tanks here.
Okay. So if something goes wrong with it, it's gonna flash a red light or something? Or?
Yeah, so it's got a little alarm light right here.
Yeah.
Typically there's not much that will go wrong with this. Like if you have like a major AC malfunction or like something's wrong with the refrigeration components in here, it will not restart. Most of the alarms you'll see will be related to temperatures, maybe the external tank temperature is too low, or most of the problems will be related to the wastewater tank. So with this system, when it's in proper functioning order, all the pumps pumping through here, and there's 2 pumps that pump into the units, and then there's one pump that pumps the tank out into the civil. So the pump that pumps everything out of that tank is kind of like a grinder pump. So any of the like wet wipes, hair, all that stuff that kind of bunches up in the tank, that will get ground up and pumped out by that third pump. And then the lift pumps, there's 1 per unit. Those ones are pretty robust. Those ones usually don't get clogged up too much, but every once in a while you might need to get a technician in to pull one up and clear something.
Okay.
You'll see an alarm on that panel over there. We'll go over that panel.
I'll come in every day and check this type thing.
Yeah.
Every morning, just have a look and see if there's any red lights going on.
Yeah, it should. I believe the idea with your controls guys here is to tie it in for at least monitoring, so you'll be able to see on the BMS if you've got any sort of alarm conditions.
So very good.
we've got a bunch of different points that they can pick up for alarms or temperatures,
pretty-
or whatever they really want.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's most important to get the pump stuff taken care of. So that tank has a few ladders and stuff in it that may.
Ladders?
Yeah, the tank has ladders, like access ladders down into it.
In these?
The underground.
Yeah.
Oh, in the underground?
Yeah.
Oh,
in the
where's
underground
that?
Tank. We'll go take a look at
Okay.
it. But you might want to pull them out before they fill the tank with wastewater
Yeah.
and just store them somewhere on
Yeah.
site. Just because solids and stuff will build up on the rails of the ladder.
Yeah. You don't want
And you
that.
just want to. There's already rails and stuff for the pumps that stuff will like kind of build up on a little bit.
Yep.
So you just want to reduce the amount of stuff in the tank that will give it a reason to bunch up. But when the system is moving and everything's flowing and you're, a few times a day pumping out into here and circulating water through the tank, we usually see like not a whole lot of buildup. You'll see like little things floating on the surface, but generally the water stays pretty. It's not clear, but
Yes.
it stays pretty free to breathe.
Right,
So-
moving on, all moving.
Yeah.
So if it sits, that's going to be cause a problem. That's where it'll probably clog.
Yeah. So I've been told your tank system has a bypass. So in the event that the system's going to be down for a few weeks,
Yes.
I would recommend putting the tank in bypass. I'm not sure how you guys do that.
The
But
system goes down for a couple weeks, then we're just relying on something else for hot water.
yeah,
Just those tanks.
you guys have proper backup,
Yeah.
which is good.
Okay.
It's always good to have backup, right?
Yeah.
Like redundancy.
Obviously.
So yeah, if there was ever a problem like that, you want to look at putting the tank in bypass. So just because crusts will build up on top of the tank and that water not circulating, it's just really bad for the tank condition, and then you'll have to get it pumped out.
Right.
So yeah, let's go take a look at the panel. This will be all closed up.
Yes.
We won't really be doing anything in here.
No.
Yeah. So.
What about this one here?
This
This
is
is
just
part-
your BTU meter. So this will tell you kind of how much water is flowing through here right now, and you can look at like the supply temp, return temp. You can look at how much energy is being used or created.
Okay.
Now over here, this. Your tank has or your sewage lines have some sort of issue right
Yes.
now where like
Yeah.
they're evaporating or something into the tank. So I don't have the SP3 is the ejector pump
Yep.
that clears that can pull that level down in the
Okay.
outside tank. And then SP1 feeds heat pump 1, SP2 feeds heat pump 2.
Okay.
So this one is just an off for now. Like I've tested all the pumps, they worked, but when you obviously turn that one on, it's pumping out, but then just flowing back into
Right.
the tank.
So have we figured out what's wrong with there? Is that was something that you would figure out?
No, that's your guys' thing with the civil line outside. or
Okay.
Whatever. So once that's all figured out, then the system can be more operational.
Someone's
So
going to send like a power washer or something down in there, and
I'm not sure what's going on with. Like, you guys would know better than
there
me.
shouldn't
but
be that much debris in it right now, though.
I guess whatever from the temporary washrooms might have caused some debris in the lines. I don't know. Either way, it's outside of the Corona system,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah. So for now, that's off. But the system's not going to be turned on for a little while.
Okay.
I imagine.
Yeah.
But you may get alarms here.
Yeah.
These ones will be more important for you to take a look after
Mm-hmm.
because you'll see the alarms for the pumps, like an attempt to start and failed to start, or
Okay.
a pump tripped or whatever.
There's a way to reset it or something
Yeah,
that I could do?
if you've got an alarm here, so the password, the username is L3, password's 3333, and then you just press unlock. And then home. So now you can go into alarms. So we have a high level alarm right now because when they filled up the tank for testing, it's a little too high. I can't pump it down enough because it can't pump out the tank.
Yeah.
But you can just alarm reset, or you can clear list, whatever. But for now, so right now you've got your high level is flashing. That just means that the tank's over full. And then low level is, that just means you've got water at that low level. So when the tank gets too low to run the piranhas, that will go red. So
High level, low level,
Yeah.
HLLL.
yeah. And then that's just your tank temperature right now. So this is not an ideal temperature. Like this is too cold
Right,
technically
what
to
do you
run
want,
the
like
piranhas.
120 or something?
Well, no. We typically we'll see the wastewater will be like 15 to 18 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean depending on how cold it is outside and if you've got like a lot of rain.
So your hot water tank in your house is what is it? Usually 120, 140? Is that
Yeah, this is-
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
That's Fahrenheit.
Okay.
But like this is just your wastewater.
Right.
Like this is not
That's
like,
what it just naturally is at that.
yeah, this is just
Can't heat it up.
this is the water we're using
Right.
to scavenge heat from. So it's going to be a lot colder than what we need to make. But yeah, ideally we'll see it probably around 12 and up.
Okay.
Yeah, these things will not work below 12.
Okay.
So yeah, the only thing you'll probably ever look at and hear might be breakers.
Yep.
But I would still
That's a
suggest,
breaker there.
yeah, that's like 1, 2, 3 for 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
But even still, I would probably just call someone, just
Yeah.
because we had a guy up in New York a few weeks ago look at one of our a site guy
Yeah.
get a little too handsy with some of the breakers, and one of the motors was like one of the legs of power failed. So he was sending 2 out of 3 to a motor, and it burnt the motor out, and he just kept resetting it, and he wasn't aware. So,
And that costs some serious money, I'm sure.
oh yeah. So that's just a so
How
you know.
dangerous? How dangerous is it? Like you're not gonna
This
get-
is some pretty high voltage stuff. So I wouldn't mess around in here too much if you don't have to.
No, I don't.
But
think
you
I want
can.
to.
I would. If you've got like an error here,
Yeah.
you could always open it and take
Yeah.
a look. Okay, I've got a trip breaker. I need to call someone.
Sure. Yeah,
So-
that's what I would most likely like to do. Yeah.
But yeah, this will probably be your main point of contact
Mm-hmm.
for the piranhas, just to take a look, see if you've got any alarms on the pumps, because
Right.
that's kind of the heartbeat of them.
It'll say right here on this.
Yep.
And then what's this? Like a
That's just your disconnect switch. So
it'll
if you-
disconnect all the power inside
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So right now it's not hooked up.
Oh,
but
I see. Yep.
If you need to turn everything off, just boom.
And that'll turn off everything here and at the piranha side?
No,
Just
the-
right here.
Yeah, that's just for here,
Yep.
and then those disconnects on the wall.
Right. I think I see them over there.
Yeah, I'll just go over there.
Sorry, son.
Yeah, these disconnects on the wall.
Okay,
here,
yeah.
That's heat pump 1,
Yeah.
heat pump 2. So,
That'll just take this right down.
yeah, so that'll turn.
Don't
each
really want
one.
to do that though. You don't want to turn this off.
I mean, if you're
emergency.
servicing it, maybe,
Yes.
or something of that nature.
It's not ideal to turn them off.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you only need to turn them off in the event of some
This
sort
is
of
the
failure.
same thing that one is there. This one's just
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what's will be another little TV screen?
That's not related to us, but
Okay.
that's some sort of controller. Yeah,
Interesting.
but
Okay.
yeah.
Very cool. And then so once it comes, what do these things do here?
So that's just your storage tanks.
Once
so,
it's all heated up, it goes into here, and then it helps those water tanks over there stay warm.
I mean,
instead of just putting
basically,
cold water right in it.
basically, I would imagine the idea here is that you're going to try and use the piranhas for like the majority of the hot water
Yeah.
load, and then the hot water tanks will just be to either top up the temperature or
Right.
to kind of help as a backup
Okay.
in like super high demand periods. So.
And these are all off on switches or something here. This all
Yeah.
Isolation valve.
Yeah, those are all isolation valves for the tanks. So.
These are more to kind of make sure you're ready for like a morning load, like everybody's taking showers or baths or whatever. You've got that hot water ready to go.
So
Yeah.
it's like a massive hot water on demand, but
Yeah.
it's not that little backpack looking thing I've installed there.
Yeah.
No. Your building has a lot more sinks and
Yeah.
closets,
Yeah.
all
Yes.
showers and all that stuff. So it's got to have enough ready to go in the event.
Eric, what will these be stabilized at more or less? temperature?
I'm not too sure what your building is going to be set to, but I would imagine somewhere around like 140.
Typically,
Yeah.
like this, I guess would be the question. These would need to be at 140, right?
Yeah.
Make sure we don't have any
Yeah, and I
bacteria
don't,
growing.
I'm not sure what the intent is if these are doing like the primary load, but I would imagine these will be just outputting 140,
Yeah.
150, and kind of they'll be looking at kind of whatever return temp is coming back, and once the tanks are all satisfied, these things will probably just kind of
Or you don't.
go into like a cleaning mode or whatever. Every once in a while, these things will just stop and just drain themselves, just
Okay.
to make sure there's nothing
It's
building
stuck
up
in,
inside.
yeah.
And
So the gray water goes right into these tanks.
yeah, so gray water comes in here.
Yeah.
Black water comes in here, and then you've got an outlet valve right here. This is how it drains out. This is the overflow. There's a vent on the top.
Okay.
And yeah, you've got a few little plumbing deficiencies right now that are going to get taken care of, but you've got a little leak off of one of this joint right here, I think.
Which will be the wastewater coming out.
Yeah, it doesn't leak right now. Like these tanks are both full right now,
Yeah.
but yeah, Fred's going to take care of that.
Wastewater comes in, we take the heat out of it, the wastewater goes back out, and then it's discarded into the sewer.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gone.
So it's gone.
Right.
These things can be used sometimes if you've got excessive wastewater, like you've got like the tank just keeps filling up. We can do like a quick use mode, kind of we call it batch mode, where this thing will fill up, start pulling the temp down, and it will actually start to drain it off and start filling at the same time.
Nice.
So if you've got either really hot wastewater or you've got like too much wastewater, you can kind of use these things to kind of it's like wasting more water, but it kind of will dilute the tank to keep
Okay.
it warm instead of having it pull down, drain, pull down,
So,
drain.
for instance, if you, I would not you want to, but if you put your hand in the wastewater, it's gonna be cold feeling, is it not?
It should
bit
be
warm?
like it would be like lukewarm, kind of like not super cold.
But there's that much heat in there that it's worth it to pull that heat out to reuse
Oh
it.
yeah, oh yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean these
Doesn't-
things, like because you're using the AC compressor,
Yeah,
they're like 250% efficient.
that's crazy. You would never think that that's what you would do.
Yeah, well because you've already paid to heat that water.
Right.
So
Why waste the heat?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard concept to believe. How long has that been around, like this sort of technology?
Like probably 10 or 15
Yeah.
years. Like very small scale. It's only
So it pays for itself, pretty much. It's worth it, obviously.
Yeah.
That's why would we do it, obviously, right? So it just is a interesting concept. And then what is it called when you're doing that? Just called
It's just wastewater heat recovery.
wastewater. It says heat pump waste recovery. Okay.
Yeah, because like normally, like all heat pumps do is like take heat and move it from one place to another, right? Like whether you're using it for air conditioning or heating or whatever. So all we're doing is taking the heat out of the wastewater and then rejecting it to the hot water.
The other water.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just like outside. You think like, hey, it's 5 degrees outside.
Mhm.
Like, how are we able to make heat with the heat pumps on the roof, right?
Right.
It's the same idea. We've got maybe, let's say we've got 15-degree wastewater. We're still able to use that as like a heat sink to pull heat from.
Okay.
It's like a thermal battery, and we're just going to drain that battery and then get rid of that water, fill that battery up again, and then get rid of that water. And
Okay.
we just repeat the process over and over again.
So this thing is just going to run for the duration of the building's life, and eventually parts will have to be replaced in it or something. Is that the idea? Like,
I mean, stuff. Yeah, like anything, stuff will eventually.
And then someone
break
will come
or
in and fix
whatever.
it.
Yeah, but it's like a very simple AC system. Like the only thing that's really complex about this is the tank, and we haven't seen any failures on the tank. So
why is it called Piranha? Did you make that name up? Or is that
I
something?
didn't make that
No?
name up.
Okay.
So
Just the system.
It's Shark Energy, and I don't know
Okay.
where that came from either. But Shark, Piranha. We also have like another one we're working on called the Barracuda. So.
Okay, cool.
But In terms of like service on these things, like when you have like a service contractor coming in here, like it's still really easy for them to
Yeah.
do any sort of maintenance on it. Like typically we'll have a contractor come in like maybe twice a year and just, you know,
Take a look at it.
take a look at it, drain the tank down, open the lid on top, and just hose down the inside of the tank. There's usually not a lot of buildup. There's not much stuff to cling on to. No, there's nothing in there. You don't want to obstruct it, or like a filter would just get plugged like immediately. So
So when
You'll-
someone
and-
services it, will it be you? Or is
it's
it
not going to be me because I'm in Vancouver. So
You're from Vancouver?
yeah, so it'll be, you know, some sort of service contractor out here.
You flew all the way here to do this?
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. I used to live in Vancouver.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're in Poco, so
Yeah, cool.
yeah, nice. But yeah, so it's just a matter of taking the lid off, hosing it down, and yeah, then just like kind of doing like a tank service or look at the tank.
Excellent. Wow, that's sweet, serious stuff. So you built this in Vancouver or you built it here?
In Vancouver, yeah.
And then they just
They
shipped
ship
it
it,
down,
yeah.
you came down and installed it.
I didn't even install it. I'm just here to make sure it works. Yeah.
Okay. And
Do you
then
wanna-
what did you say this thing with this ladder was that I might have to pull over?
Let's go take a look at the tank.
Running low on juice. Oh. Up.
Bring me the tank in here.
Yeah, so it's,
3 separate tanks that are connected.
yeah, these are just accesses down into here. Yeah. So every single one of them kind of looks like this.
Yeah.
Where you've got the rail system, and that rail system is for the pump to slide on.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, that
you've got
one there,
this
yeah.
ladder, and by the looks of it, you can pull the ladder up.
Yeah.
So that might be something to look at, just kind of getting out of there before you fill the tanks with wastewater.
Yeah.
Because it, like,
Someone has to climb down in there.
you will see once the building's like more, once it's occupied and kind of what happens, you'll want to make sure that your tenants aren't putting diapers or wet wipes or stuff down the toilet, because that stuff will get in here and
Can I
just
let her go?
yeah.
Oh, you got you don't. Yeah.
But yeah, we have like a little letter we can send you that's usually like a little like thing that you can send to the tenants just to say like, hey, no wet wipes.
Why do they say flushable on those freaking things? Because it
It's
says
a lie.
flushable. Why do they even say it, eh?
Yeah,
I don't flush them myself because I know.
but
I've done
that stuff is typically what's going to start causing the problems. So,
Okay.
buildups of that stuff. Go door closed.
Get back in there. I might have a. They weren't keeping my.
Yeah, the tank is sort of the main priority. If you can keep the tank good,
Yep.
like you almost don't need to maintain the pumps. Like that's how important the tank stuff is.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't say you'd have to look at it super regularly. Like it's not like a daily thing.
Yeah.
You'll have to see when the building starts getting occupied, but you know it might be worth looking at once a week, and then maybe if it stays clean once a week, you just look at it every 2 weeks. Or
How would you know if it's dirty in there or whatever?
Well, you'll
like-
start to see a crust building up on
Okay.
top. So
Yeah, that means it's not moving properly.
yeah.
Okay.
Or it's just like an excessive amount of people putting stuff in the toilet. So we see all sorts of stuff.
I
Like
bet, yeah.
I started up 2 piranhas in Colorado like last year, and we saw like gym duffel bags and stuff. Like it was like student housing, and they were just there's T-shirts and all sorts of stuff going down the toilet. And you're like, why?
This is Christmas.
So
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't happen here.
No,
you never know,
You
right?
never know. We'll see what's
So
going on.
it's just you'll just play it by ear and just kind of see what happens. But I'm hopeful that that will all just stay relatively clear. It looks like a really nice tank design. The whole install inside the mech room is great. Like I've seen some pretty nasty ones.
Yeah.
In terms
This one's
of
pretty nice as well.
like quality and in terms of like placement of different pieces.
So they went above and beyond here
Yeah.
to kind of make it a zero net building. Is that part of the whole thing?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just speaking about like how if they really paid attention to like maintenance and looking at how to type things in a way where it'll be easy to work on.
Okay,
and
that's
stuff
good.
like that.
Very
So
good.
yeah,
Excellent.
it looks really
Makes me
nice.
happy to hear that. Oh, should be fun then.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got so much stuff going on here. Yeah,
Like I've done plumbing, I've done hot water tanks, but this is way out of my league. Not out of my league. I'll be able to understand it. It's just, yeah, it's nothing.
it
that
takes a
I-
little bit to wrap your
Yeah,
head
I've
around it.
never worked in a building before. I've always done residential. So.
Okay, yeah. This will be fun.
Is this building considered commercial or is it it's a commercial
Institutional.
building? Institutional.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, we're always phone call away too.
Yeah. So if something goes wrong, I call
I would say you're gonna have to call whatever service contractor.
closer.
Probably during the warranty, it's gonna be us.
Yeah.
We're HTS, so
Do you live in Vancouver as well?
no, we're in Ottawa.
In Ottawa? That's
So
good.
we're the rep, I guess, for Sharp.
Yep.
So the local, so we're a couple hours away.
Okay.
And yeah,
Well, I'll make sure I get your number.
yep.
And
I mean, even if you call Thousand Islands Mechanical, they're gonna call us because during the warranty period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lee. Jay is my name.
So yeah, I guess there's still some stuff to iron out, but yeah, see who your service provider ends up being. So I would say they're your first point of contact.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're always happy to help. We just don't want to overshoot who's going to be
How long is the warranty?
1 year.
1 year, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, yeah. And usually, once it's up and running, then it just stays running once you get it going. That's not yet.
No, like it's ready to go, but you're not really ready to go. You know? So it's good to go, but you still got to get this tank stuff sorted out, and there's a few little plumbing deficiencies in there, and until you really have occupancy and hot water filling that tank, you're not really going to be able to use it. So, and that's how she goes.
Yeah. Any estimation of when everything will be, all the systems will be running? Does anybody know that?
It's gotta take probably a few months or so.
Yeah, basically everything will be ready to be running by the end of March, but you won't necessarily be running it till, say, May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It'll be one of those things where like there'll be like a switch over almost where when you have the first few people moving in, like you might only just depend on your hot water tanks until you can start getting the temperature up in that tank.
Okay.
And then once the temperature starts to come up in that tank, then the piranhas will go, okay, now we can work.
Okay.
And then they'll just take over.
They will
from there.
know. It'll know automatically.
I mean, the BMS, will probably enable them